Hello everyone and welcome back to X4. So we are on our way back to Rarities End, and hopefully today we will take care of the first half of the Boron mission. At least fingers crossed. Basically we will reconnect the first set of Boron sectors, and then later we will do the the Kingdom End sector itself. But for now I just want to basically take care of it for the most part. Now we are on our way. And it's going to be a long trek, unfortunately. We are in the Terran sectors and we need to go back all the way here. And as far as I know, there is no connection between Getsufune and Heretics End this way. If I remember correctly, we need to unlock the Boron sectors to get a slightly faster way. So yeah, we don't have it unlocked just yet. We will get to it hopefully today. Anyways, in the meantime, we might as well... Also, by the way, I don't want to go to the HQ, I want to go here. Can I please set this one as the guidance? Thank you. So, let's take a look at the status of our fledgling empire. Oh, let me see. We don't really have a lot of ores as we look at this. Also, we have a small lockbox, but it's fine. I don't really care about those right now. So you don't have a lot of ores. I mean, you have 2 drills, so I don't think I will give you 1 more. Plus, we cannot afford it anyway, so whatever. By the way, do you have enough resources?
Entering asteroid belt.
We are starting to run a little bit low on energy cells. I believe we started with about 5,000 or something, so yeah, we are going through it quite fast. If you don't mind. And the Mercury. Can you please go and pick up some more here? There. So far, this is the only one I found. If we had one in jumping distance, that would be amazing, but unfortunately we don't. But anyways, for now, load up on energy cells. Okay, what are you doing right now? You are dropping things off. What about now? Oh, it's the money, not the capacity. Right. In that case, give me some money, please. Just enough for a full load of energy cells. And then, now, Mercury. Can you please load up? That looks a bit more believable. And then drop it off at the refinery. And transfer pairs. And all this goes inside. Confirm. Okay, so there we go. This one should be a lot better now. Anything else we might want to do? Unfortunately, right now we are super low on money, so not much we can do. It is just a waiting game, and I suppose the best way of spending time is, well, doing one of these long story missions. But still. And by the way, this story mission is going to take a long time. Maybe the entire episode, I am not sure. And it's going to be super dialogue heavy as well. Don't be surprised if I don't talk a lot in this episode. It will take a long time and it's going to have a lot of speaking from NPCs. But anyways, we are still on our way. We still have a long way to go. I will go into a time lapse and I guess I will see you once we arrive.
Entering system, Argon Prime. Engaged.
How wonderful! You are here to deal with that sensor-distorting ship? Your much-anticipated arrival fills me with considerable relief and delight.
Not quite yet. I will get to it eventually, but for now we have... okay, not going to say bigger fish to fry, but yeah, you know what I mean. We have bigger things on our table right now. So, let's get to it. We will arrive here, we will open the gates, I will try to get through this first stage relatively quickly. And at the end we should get our hands on a new ship. And as I said, I will switch out the Discoverer to that one. Unfortunately, this Discoverer is a little bit too drifty for my liking, and the new one should be a lot more maneuverable, so we will switch over to that one. In the meantime, how are we in our fledgling empire? Information... yeah, could be a lot better unfortunately, but we are getting there. So we have the energy cells coming in. There we go. And after we have enough money, I will upgrade the station with all this, and then we'll buy a couple of extra ships. So there we go. Okay, and at least we have some stuff to sell. Alright, I will leave you guys to it, and just please make me some money. And then I will stop this guidance. Thank you. And let's start moving towards the gate. We will get a first small little cutscene, which will, well, as I said, open the gate.
I'm delighted to see that everyone has made it. Explorer, please fall into formation to accommodate the remaining attendees.
So many ships! I cannot believe we are actually here, ready to witness something truly historic.
The Terran Secret Service has been alerted to potential gate activity. The Intervention Corps has been ordered to undertake a threat assessment with regard to the potential impact on Sol territories. We can only guarantee everyone's safety as long as the expedition remains close to the intervention fleet. However, we advise everyone to stay clear of our firing arcs.
Initial scans indicate some activity. We will need to get closer for a more thorough read on the situation. Mission Specialist, approach the gate nacelle and interface with it to initialize a direct data stream for our onboard science team.
Affirmative. Approaching the jump gate. Activating scanner. Accessing nacelle.
Data stream is initialized. It looks like... Fall back. The energy is spiking.
Battle stations, prepare to engage. Nothing? Well then, Intervention Corps, prepare for traversal.
The expedition shall follow close behind. Mission Specialist, remain here and establish an outpost to derive a complete reading of the gate's coordinate data.
On it, sir. Godspeed, everyone.
Okay, the gate is open. Let's go through.
Entering system. Watchful gaze.
Preliminary scans indicate that this system is uninhabited. No sign of boron or any other kind of life, biological or artificial.
This cannot be true. Are you certain that the sensors are not malfunctioning? It has been so long. I really thought this might be the day I finally reconnect with my kin of the Fin.
Take heart, Boron Exile. You may yet be a step closer to your reunion. Explorer, we need some detailed system mapping. The task is in your hands. There is much to learn here.
Okay, so we need to discover a couple of locations, and then we will be in a position where, well, we can continue. But we also might want to go this way, because there should be an abandoned ship somewhere in this direction. The question is exactly where. It should be up here somewhere if my recollection is correct. So yeah, let's just keep looking around. Ah, there you are. That was easy. Okay, let's take a look at you. So we can claim this ship and bring it back home, but it is one step closer to solving this mystery, basically.
And what is this? The ship seems to be in a salvageable condition. My guess is that it was likely abandoned not too long ago. Perhaps this new adjunct to the network is not quite as uninhabited as we thought. This is all very exciting. I will have to account for this when preparing for the next series of observations.
This is clearly a mining ship, but that's strange. As far as I can detect, there's really very little here to mine. All I can imagine is that the vessel came under an attack of some kind.
Pish tush! That is self-evidently incorrect. There is absolutely no sign of exterior damage. Yet that makes the mystery still more seductive. Let me excavate the vessel's systems. Oh my goodness! These poor people are in desperate straits. They are veritably gnawing on the bones of this system for resources. According to the ship's logs, this vessel was cannibalized for parts to save the prospecting flotilla. Evidently, this system has long since been picked over, but they were gambling on some resources having been missed.
The Alliance has little use for a miner. Explore. Keep the ship. Do with it what you wish. Do not neglect to crew the vessel appropriately if you wish to make optimal use of it. Preliminary data has identified some points of potential interest. We are having trouble logging on to exact locations at this range. See if you can pinpoint them for us.
Will do. So now we have X locations that we can go for. But first, let me just take a look at this ship. So, ship information and loadout. We have one mining drill, all-around Mark 1 engine, all-around Mark 1 thrusters. It's not the best. In fact, it is pretty bare bones. I am tempted to sell it right now. What is the cargo capacity, by the way? It is... only 2500. Yeah, is this a small one? Yeah, it's a small one, that's why. Okay, tell you what. I will sell this ship right now. So, just get out, get back into the Discoverer, and we can continue. So, where is the other one? There you are. And I will sell the mining ship directly to the Organ Wharf. It doesn't really matter where we sell it. So there we go. And can you please get out of my seat? Thank you. And the grouper, can you please get sold right here? So sell ship and 92,000. Would have been better, but well, it's still a bit of money. And speaking of the money, we might as well give it to the station. Although it has... okay, it has enough resources, so okay, it doesn't matter where the money is. Okay, so let's continue. Let's go to that one next. Now I believe the wrecked ship will be under this waypoint, but you know what, still might as well take a look at this one first and then we can go to the ship. So yeah, I will see you once we arrive.
Hold on. I think I am picking up. Oh no, never mind that. Nothing of interest here. This system's peculiar conditions make getting accurate readings rather troublesome.
Newman Khaled, sir. Our team confirms that the Heretics End Gate does indeed contain the coordinates to the Kingdom End system. The timing cannot be coincidental, can it? Just after we received word from the Boron? Is it possible that their experiments were somehow related to the gate reinitialization?
Coordinates and timing are relevant, but not conclusive. The fact of the matter is that this is definitely not Kingdom End. Interstellar messenger drones are not the fastest form of communication. We do not know what has occurred on the Boron side since their last message. Theoretically, a connection between the two gates is possible, but that is just a theory. It could well be that the systems were linked in the distant past.
Yes. Unfortunately, a theoretical compatibility does not mean much in itself. If activating or reprogramming these gates were easy, I am certain I would have overcome the challenges long ago.
The split didn't exactly give you a choice over your research focus. Could this be the Boron? Could they really have unlocked jump gate technology?
Perhaps. Perhaps not. At this point, any further hypothesis would be mere speculation. Until we have more evidence, keep your ideas off general comms. If you must elaborate your theories, feel free to put them in writing.
Oh my! Could that be?
By the Trinity, a Boron vessel.
My instinct says we should take a closer look. Assistant, I think you should suit up and investigate. Your ship's sensors are picking up a weak energy signature amongst the debris.
It's going to be here at the front, obviously. This is where we have some lights. So yeah, I suppose we just get out and take a look. Okay, let's get to it. So Control D and let's jump into the suit. And there we go. Ah, there you are. Nice. Okay, so this is what we need to repair and then pick up a piece of something from inside.
Encryption and reconstruction algorithm. The data is woefully incomplete, but it appears that this was an outpost of some manner. There are signs of an attack from several directions. It seems that the operators would have had little, if any, time to react. How frustratingly peculiar. I am forwarding all of this to our esteemed expedition commander. Perhaps he can garner more clues. I have my doubts, though.
And we should encounter a Boron ship any second now, basically. So let's move out and let's see if we get the message for it.
Explorer, you have an unidentified ship on an intercept trajectory. This is our first contact in the newly opened network. We have no idea of who they are, or their intentions. Investigate, and if possible make contact, but maintain vigilance.
Oh my! Aliens! Please, do not be afraid. I shall disengage my armament. Greetings. I am so pleased to make your acquaintance.
Incredible! Finally, contact with our aquatic allies. Bosota, are you receiving this?
Moment, please. I am just finishing up some calculations.
What did you say? A boron? Truly? A living, buoyant boron? Are my ocular sensor organs deceiving me? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Bosota, and I can barely recall another boron face. I have been riven from my people for that long. Will you please deign to share your time with me?
I am Mediating, adventurer extraordinaire. I would be delighted to spend time with you.
As appointed delegate of the Alliance of the Word, please allow me to extend my greetings to you and your people. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Mediating.
I do not have any official capacity as such, but it is marvelous to be seeing actual people from beyond the disconnected gates. How did you get here? Has a gate reopened? Are we connected once more? Oh, I knew it would have to happen eventually. What joyous news!
Momentous news indeed. Although we are less than clear on how this has occurred. There was speculation that the Boron triggered the gate reinitialization. Messages from your scientists indicated that they were working on such a task. Please, can you direct us towards Kingdom End?
You were in contact with Kingdom End? That is marvelous news. It has been decades since we were cut off. We have heard nothing in all that time. The severing of the connection with Nishala has been indescribably distressing for all of us.
My system is in profound turmoil. To meet a fellow Boron after all these years is an incandescent joy. But to find that you, too, are cut off from the homeworld is a misery.
More than you know, Bosotar. We have all mourned this loss.
But without access to Kingdom End, your Queen and Parliament, how do you govern yourselves?
After the severance, there was a period of chaos, until a royal steward was appointed. I have had dealings with him. It would be my pleasure to make an introduction.
We must make haste. There is much to be discussed with your leadership.
Follow me, you cavalcade of curious creatures.
A Boron society not headed by a queen? This is somewhat hard to fathom.
Indeed, Bosotar. From your own experience, you understand the pain of separation. I doubt other species appreciate the biological depth of our harmonious societal interconnection. It was worse than it is now. It used to be that all our systems were isolated. Severed, not just from Kingdom End, the Queen and homeworld Nishala, but also from each other. Fortunately, several of our systems reconnected to each other eventually, but none received word from home. Reorganization became a necessity. The provinces adrift, as we call ourselves, were only ever intended to be temporary, but under the Royal Steward, it has grown into a comprehensive governing body. But some of us have never given up on Kingdom End. Your communication with the homeworld is momentous in the extreme. Not a soul in these systems has found evidence of where the Kingdom End even still exists.
Okay, finally. We will be reconnected, but we will need to have a bit of a chit-chat with the local steward to get our hand on that ship and get to the next stage. So this will be another dialogue-heavy section, and it will take a while as well, so be prepared for that. But first, get into the system.
Goodness! A Commonwealth ship. Surely this indicates that our reports are correct. The once dormant gate has indeed resumed its function and brought our province into alignment with our erstwhile allies. You must realize what this means. All the resources of the Commonwealth are now within reach. At long last, a chance to end the shortages. Pick up the pace.
I must warn you, the provinces adrift are not awash with the luxuries of the old kingdom. The pain of severance has been constant, but our economy has also suffered. The shortages of essential goods have cut deeply. Reconnection with the network may alleviate some of these issues, at least.
Neela T, you bring us guests, outsiders, with a fleet no less. What have you been up to?
More than that, Royal Steward, I bring momentous news. The fleet, this Paranid-led fleet, it came from the dormant gate in Watchful Gaze. They have communicated with Kingdom End. They have no Kingdom End gate, but they have communication. We are connected to the network once more.
My word,
The delegation seeks an audience. May I?
Yes, of course. There is so much to discuss, so much to consider.
Royal Steward, would it be in order for me to accompany the delegation?
I'm sure you have other things to do. Diplomacy is not the same thrill as exploration.
Please, Royal Steward, with your permission.
Of course, Neela T. By all means, accompany the delegation.
Explorer, you have displayed some usefulness thus far. I'm tasking you with joining us in meeting the Royal Steward. I may have need of your insights.
You
clearly made an impression on the expedition commander. I sense you are becoming more central to his plans. Join the delegation. Watch this royal steward. I have some experiments to attend to, though I shall keep an eye on you. A Boron capital ship. In all my days. A perfect equilibrium of function and ergonomics. And with such flair. My current abode is penurious in comparison.
Hello. My ropalium near explodes with the joy of welcoming esteemed visitors. This historic occasion is the first of its kind. I am Leda V, Royal Steward of the Provinces Adrift. On behalf of Her Majesty the Queen, and as her loyal servant, it is my profound pleasure to welcome an emissary of the Paranid Empire. And once business is out of the way, I insist you join me on a more informal tour.
Esteemed Royal Steward Leda Wee, thank you for your most gracious welcome. You must forgive me. I, Numunkaret, am no Empire emissary. I represent the Alliance of the Word, a diplomatic forum and scientific organization funded by various races across the network.
My. But do you have letters patent from the Empire? The provinces adrift are in dire straits. We must negotiate terms of assistance.
I am compelled to reiterate, I do not speak for the Paranid authorities. Though we do bring news which may bring joy. We have been in communication with Kingdom End. Limited fragile communication, but communication nevertheless. Some months ago we received word from your homeworld. It was heartening to discover that the Boron core has survived the shutdown, and learn of their most ambitious endeavor. Their entire scientific resources are focused on understanding and manipulating jump gate technology. We humbly request your permission to investigate the dormant jump gates in your territory, and to set up a scientific outpost in the region, should that be required.
There are so many implications to consider. This really is momentous. I am afraid I must decline your request, for now. We cannot be precipitous.
By the glistening waters of Nishala!
I fail to understand. We ask for no more than your permission. We certainly have no wish to be a drain on your resources.
Leda Wee, they are trying to connect us with Kingdom End. They have communications.
Neela T, this obsession with finding home is entirely yours. You may have the luxury of gallivanting around the galaxy in search of miracles, but I have responsibilities. I have the welfare of billions of souls to consider. Our guests have already made clear that the outside network, with all its resources, has been unable to connect with our homeworld. The priority at this juncture is the welfare of our people, and I shall not be distracted from that.
Honored host, we will of course expedite communications with the governments of the network. I'm sure emissaries are preparing as we speak. Yet, if we could simply...
Enough, please. I understand your request, but I do not think you understand what is at stake. Please have patience, but for now, the matter is settled.
Outrageous! The Boron Queen's government itself is racing to reconnect, and you decline to facilitate? What kind of royal steward are you?
Please!
There is nothing to be gained from trading insults.
This is absurd. Our work is of the utmost importance. Your obduracy is beyond me. I shall take my leave. Heading to the dock, awaiting pickup.
Yeah, that could have been better.
That certainly could have gone better, but all may not be lost.
Yeah, now we need to mediate between these two, and... Right, I think the best course of action would be to first talk to Neela T, who is going to go to the crew quarters. So yeah, let's talk to her first, and then we can talk to Numunkaret, and then we can talk to the steward, I believe.
The steward and I have had our differences in the past, but I'm so very sorry you had to witness that embarrassingly discordant display. Leda Wee and I disagree on much, but he is not a bad person. You know, he is just Scared.
What is he afraid of?
I think. He is scared of falling short. He carries the weight of the expectations of the entire provinces. He wants to keep everyone safe, and I think he fears that your expedition will exacerbate an already dangerous situation.
Dangerous situation?
Yes, fraught with danger. The provinces lie uncomfortably close to Kark territory. When Sanctuary of Darkness first connected to the provinces, it triggered regular attacks. We barely managed to protect ourselves with the meager military that we could cobble together. Thankfully, the waves have calmed for now. The Kark incursions eventually ceased. All attempts to communicate with these enigmatic creatures have failed, so I would hesitate to call it a ceasefire. It is more of a lull in hostilities. As you can imagine, the situation remains rather fragile.
Okay then, so that is that.
Pleasant
And then,
travels.
next I think we need to talk to the steward maybe.
The Protectorate has determined that this system poses no threat to the citizens of Sol or the wider network. Our orders are to deploy to a position of more strategic importance. Still, stay alert. None of us know what might be lurking out there.
The Alliance of the Ward thanks you for your support. You shall proceed alone from here on. Our military friends are needed elsewhere.
Okay, so now we need to find out what else the steward is afraid of. Why are you in this situation?
From time to time, I spend the waking nights pondering the very same question. It would be misleading to cast blame for all our miseries on the Great Shutdown. In fact, when we were first riven from the wider network, the vast majority of our Boron systems remained connected between themselves. Isolated from external threats, we commenced a new age of reflection and scientific endeavor. And while this period of peace brought the wealth of Kingdom N to fabulous new heights, we were not complacent. Resources were stockpiled throughout the Queendom, a precautionary measure. Oh, we thought we were prepared. Yet in truth, we were far from it. We Boron are inherently connected to each other, you see. We thrive on a collective sort of innate affinity. Once that connection was severed, each system found itself in complete isolation. Things fell apart quite quickly, I'm afraid to say. Productivity collapsed catastrophically. Stockpiles were depleted far more rapidly than anticipated, and there was no way to replenish them. After years of disarray, Great Reef finally reconnected with barren shores. Later, it was joined by several other systems. The provinces adrift were founded, but by then the damage was done. We still lacked crucial resources. I contend that it was the collective psychological toll of the severance that caused this, more so than the evident logistical challenges posed by the shutdown.
Perhaps there is a positive solution. About the threat. No, I don't want to use force. I think we need to talk to Numenkaret next, because he might have some insights, so let's go and talk to him next.
Who does this fool think he is? Does he not understand the gravity of our mission? Withholding his consent? We shall continue without it if necessary. You may have a point. Perhaps his simple mind cannot grasp all the variables at play. I wonder if we can help him to see the bigger picture.
Lidovi is afraid.
Yes, you are right. That much is obvious. I cannot help but wonder if there's more to the issue than that. Perhaps he is overly attached to his role as Prime Administrator of the provinces. A reunion with Kingdom N would inevitably result in him having to relinquish power and standing.
No, it's not that. He is... well, he certainly fears the Kaak.
Ah, I understand. He is worried that our presence will stir up an infestation of the Chitterers. The Alliance of the Word is certainly prepared to provide assurances that our investigation will not leave him exposed to Ka'ak attacks.
Okay, so we are one step closer, but there is still more. He is also afraid of, well, you know, bad guys from the Commonwealth, so we still need to find out his, you know, thoughts on that matter. So maybe just one last look at Neela T.
Hello
Maybe
again,
she has something to say. And what is he afraid of? There we go.
I think he's a so trying to raise the expectations of the entire public. You want to keep I believe it. I want to position with us in the situation. Yes, public danger. But the situation may not doesn't trouble.
Okay, it's not that. For now, let's just talk to the steward again.
Silent one, more disappointing introduction.
About the Ka'ak threat. Now, we want to be peaceful with this situation, so we aim to avoid provocation at all cost.
Your commendable commitment to peace is as welcome as it is unexpected. The Alliance of the Word is to be lauded for its respect for our peaceful ways.
And then, if you help, we could... it's not that, no. I think we need to get assurances from Nomenclaret that we will provide protection for any kind of traffic going in between the Provinces Adrift and the Commonwealth. So first, go to the docking yard and talk to Nomenclaret there. Maybe he can, you know, give us the assurances. No, it's not that. You know what? I believe the options we have right now will also give us the, you know, what we need. It's just going to be a little bit less ideal. But you know what? Let's just take care of it now and be done with it. So, you.
Ah, the silent one from our disappointing introduction.
Perhaps there is a positive solution. If you help, we could use Neela's ties to increase your standing. It's not that, but it's fine. Let's do it.
I'm fully aware of Neela T's royal connections. Is it your opinion of me that I am some petty functionary who can be bought and sold, bribed by the highest bidder? You misjudge me, and you misjudge Neela T. For all our disagreements, I cannot conceive that she would be party to such a grubby approach. Of course I desire the return of the provinces adrift to the warm embrace of the homeworld. But what kind of servant would I be if I did so at the expense of the welfare of those under my charge? This is all terribly challenging. My instinct is that your expedition is honest in its intent. However, I find your judgment questionable. Well, I feel that I must allow you to proceed in your mission. However, I ask of you, do not make me regret this. With the gate in Watchful Gaze reactivated, to our knowledge only 3 more dormant gates remain in province space. One is located in Ocean of Fantasy, another in Barren Shores. The final one was discovered by scouts in Sanctuary of Darkness. If Sanctuary of Darkness sounds foreboding, you may find that the name is fitting. It is host to a significant Ka'ak infestation. Even uttering the name makes my fins tingle. Yet I must remain firm on the matter. Do not, under any circumstances, engage with the Ka'ak. Every interaction with them results in horrific conflict.
You have our word, Leader Wee. We shall do everything in our power to avoid undue provocation.
Thank you. And may I bestow upon you a gift? We have prepared for you a fighter ship. A humble gift, but hopefully it will be of use to you in the time ahead.
Explorer, you have done well to secure access for us to continue our mission. Please, claim the scout ship as your own. May it serve you well.
Thank you very much. Finally. So we have the ship in our possession. Quickly jump on board and I will send the Discoverer back home, I think. I will use this ship from now on. So open and let's hop on board. So Discoverer, can you please go back to the refinery, I suppose? Just go there and dock and wait. I will catch back up with you at some point. For now, undock, and we need to go to the gate in Sanctuary of Darkness.
We need to investigate the dormant gates to formulate the next step of our expedition.
I am already familiar with the gate in Ocean of Fantasy. If you supply me with the necessary equipment and provide me with a few pointers as to what exactly I am to do, it would be my deepest pleasure to assist.
Excellent. The Alliance shall investigate barren shores. That only leaves the matter of the final gate, the location of which is somewhat more precarious. Explore. You have excelled thus far. Put that new fighter of yours to good use, and find Sanctuary of Darkness. It seems that you are best suited to this task.
All the times I dreamt of being reunited with my fellow Boron, it never crossed my mind that they might be in such impoverished circumstances. I know that the Alliance has received communications from Kingdom End, but those were dispatched decades ago. Hopefully, they have fared better than the Boron here. I am curious about the contents of their message. Just how much of their preliminary findings have they shared with their Alliance counterparts? Once we have gained access to both gates' data, maybe the Alliance really intends to conduct experiments from our side too. Trying to manipulate gates would be an incredibly involved undertaking. Yet it seems as though Numankaret is single-minded about the whole endeavor. Can you imagine the possibilities that would be open to us if we could manipulate these gates at will?
Thanks to the newly opened trade routes, we have commenced rebuilding our shipyard. You are, of course, most welcome to aid us in our undertaking. Your efforts will, of course, be lucratively compensated.
Sanctuary of Darkness. According to our archives, there was once a Xenon presence hereabouts in the network. I wonder what befell them.
Oh, is that so? Then we were quite lucky that our systems were not connected directly to a Xenon stronghold. There is no way we would have survived, given the state of our military.
Now, see if you can locate the inactive gate in this system.
Be careful. Take great care when navigating. We must honor our word and avoid the Kark. You will also need to be cautious of the region's other hazards. I recommend that you stick close to the asteroids. They seem to be an exceptional indicator of where your ship will not be harmed.
Right. So we need to stay inside these channels or tubes or whatever tunnels of asteroids. That way we will not be harmed by the radiation outside. So we need to go a bit further that way, and I think we can make the turn right about now. We need to follow this path this way. A tiny bit further, and yeah. Need to continue this way basically, and this one will lead us to the gate that we are looking for. Also be careful, don't drift too far up or down as well.
I have arrived at my designated inactive gate. I shall commence taking readings immediately.
There it is. The gate we are looking for. Nice.
Danger. Hazardous region detected.
Okay, don't drift too far from the ecliptic. It is going to be super dangerous. But we are on location. Okay, let's take care of this real quick.
There it is. Approach the jump gate in the cell. Try to get a reading. You are in range. Activate your ship's scan mode now. Each jump gate has 2 pairs of nacelles. They act as caches for storing operational data, among many other things. We're still not very familiar with this technology, or who created it, but thanks to recent scientific advancements, we are able to make sense of some of the information that we are retrieving. It seems apparent that some of the data likely represents the coordinates of other jump gates. Whether this means that these gates were connected in the distant past is mere conjecture. Perhaps the builders had reasons unknown to us for certain gates to hold, special compatibility. The vast majority of the data in these caches remains a vexing mystery to us all. We have gathered everything we can access from this nacelle. Move on to the one on the opposite side. Yes, some of this data looks rather promising. I'm forwarding all of this to our science team as we speak.
Oh my! I'm picking up a worrisome fluctuation in energy signatures.
Okay, just 3 foragers. We should be able to take care of these relatively easily. Let's get to it. There we go. Okay, so did we pick up everything that they have dropped? Not quite. Bit more.
You fought bravely, Explorer.
Yes. Your display of skill was altogether impressive. I just hope this commotion does not result in a more severe and unwelcome reaction.
Our science team has pored over the data that Mediating was able to learn from the cache. While we have not yet completed our examination of the Sanctuary of Darkness cache, it is quite obviously the most promising of the gates. Despite the additional challenges that colossal will represent.
More dangerous, perhaps. But I'm afraid that things are not going well in Ocean of Fantasy either. The system's planet is devastated and completely uninhabitable.
Perhaps, once the provinces have re-established their economy, they can attempt some terraforming. For now, this expedition needs you to map out safe passage for a larger fleet to navigate through Sanctuary of Darkness. You can use nav beacons to determine an appropriate route. Just stay clear of the Kaak installations. And other hazardous regions, obviously. For a better overview of the task in hand, do not hesitate to consult your map.
Right, so we need to deploy nav beacons along the asteroid paths, and basically we need to link this gate with this gate, and we need to deploy the nav beacons in these kinds of distances. So let's get to it.
Engaged.
It will take a while, but we'll get there eventually.
Disengage. Engage. Disengage.
Okay, that's one. Second one, and I guess I will pick things back up with you once we are done deploying all of them.
You know, for the longest time, the community of planets thought the Kaak had been eradicated by their joint efforts. Recent attacks on solitary miners, and now this, proved this notion was overly optimistic.
Well, you could say that. In fact, we might get in trouble with the bugs relatively soon, so be prepared for that as well. Anyways, I overshot a little bit. Get back in the zone and we can deploy right about here, right?
more. Everyone, move in. The expedition shall now establish a scientific outpost. This may be the beginning of a most fruitful phase in our journey together.
Okay, I will dock on the ship itself, and then I will engage Theta mode. This way we can get to the gate a bit faster, I think. So, the ship should be... that's not it. Also, it is a Boron ship, might as well help out. So, once they are through, we will dock on the... what's it called? The Watcher, I think. You know, the flagship of the Alliance. And then we will engage Theta mode. And there they are. Okay, first, take care of this box ship. Also, why is this trader in here? There's nothing back this way for them just yet. It's a bit weird, but oh well. Quickly take care of this guy. And then dock at the ship. Alright, so give me everything, thank you. And dock on the Wayfinder, not Watcher. There we go. Okay, apparently this ship doesn't have a docking computer. Good to know. Or maybe a Mark 1 or something. Definitely not a Mark 2.
Successfully docked.
Okay then, so engage Theta mode and get out of this, well, this phase quickly. They need to go get to the gate, set up a station, and then we can get to the next phase. So there we go. In the meantime, what is the state of our station? Not bad actually. Tell you what, give me enough money to take care of the construction. Should be enough, right? Let me see. Configure station. And... yep, that's enough. Great. And do we have a builder in range? No, we don't. Oh well, we will get there eventually. For now, just stockpile the resources, it's fine. And we are making good progress. So we will get to the gate right about now.
We've established a perimeter around the inactive jump gate. Now we are commencing the construction of an outpost. Do not elevate your hopes quite yet. Experimentation shall begin soon, but jump gate technology is very alien and highly volatile. We do not know for certain whether we can ever successfully force a connection, particularly without real-time coordination with our Kingdom and counterparts. Nonetheless, we have an ideal candidate gate for experimentation. The Alliance of the Word has an obligation to our cousins in Kingdom and to try our utmost. These technological marvels have eluded our understanding to date. Something about the interface has remained stubbornly out of reach. The final spark. In any case, Explorer, congratulations. You have performed your part, and you have done so unimpeachably. We will keep you updated on our progress in the coming years. And, if fate wills it, you may one day find your name in the annals of the great explorers and scientists.
Right, so he thinks it's going to take years to get everything done. Thankfully it will not. We will be contacted by Bosota any second now. And then we will have a small side mission that will unlock the thing that we need to unlock the gate. So yeah, I will wait for that communication to arrive and then I will say goodbye because we are super over time. And then we'll take care of that mission in the next episode. So, okay. There we go. Thank you, Shield, for saving our bacon. That came out of nowhere. So anyways, that direction, please.
Assistant, you must forgive my absence in your most recent exploratory endeavors. It is just, I have been somewhat preoccupied with my own observations. When did Numankaret say the Alliance of the Word plans to conclude their experiments?
Well, The expedition leader did suggest that he would keep us up to date over the coming years.
What? Years, you say? That is... Oh my, that is rather disappointing. I had hoped to contribute to their experiments right away. Well, since you are already running errands in Boron space, would you mind assisting me in my personal research? Ever since my tentacles first grasped the scientific equipment in this research installation, I have been utterly fascinated by the Great Reef Nebula. Even if that pesky Sagaris Pioneers vessel is complicating accurate measurement collection at the moment. You see, I have identified several neutron stars, magnetars in fact, which pulse in an oddly specific way. One could be an anomaly. Two might be a coincidence, but I have already identified a potential third. I need you to verify my observations, independently. To that end, I have compiled a list of positions in Great Reef that I need you to visit. Please do forgive me if I appear somewhat excitable. There is a chance that this could point to a discovery of immeasurable significance.
Oso Tar has informed me of your exciting plans. You must let me accompany you. In fact, I will not take no for an answer. The Alliance is in the midst of their preparations. I have to say, the deluge of scientific jargon leaves me cold. I much prefer action.
Okay then, let's do it. So, I will say goodbye now and pick things up in the next episode. For now, all that is left to say is that thank you for watching. If you liked the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you want. If you would like to support me a little bit more, you can do so by clicking the join button and becoming a channel member, which will give you an early and ad-free access to these videos. Once again, thank you for watching and thank you very much for your support. I will see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.